Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we shall start in 3, 2, 1 for some Game 2 action. There we go. Okay, so hello everyone, and this is Kenzie Wonderdrift, broadcasting today's Echo League Season 3 Southeast Asian Group A match between Kor Koncept and Xiong+4. And of course, let's go back to the recap. Game number 1, it was all Xiong+4 from the start all the way to the end. The early game pressure in the top lane and the mid lane for Xiong+4 and the mobility that they possess, of course, forced Kor Koncept to just go bonkers and just have a lot of question marks in their head because they couldn't stop the mobility of Xiong+4 with that Earth Spirit doing those clutch plays to protect the team. And that Queen of Pain just blinking in, blinking out. And of course, in the late game, that's when Xiong+4 did a lot of tons and tons of damage, all courtesy of the Enigma, the Black Hole, and the Refresher Orb, doing a lot to murder people at the side of Kor Koncept. Question is, will Xiong+4 remain unbeaten and go for a 5-0 sweep for them? For them to be tied with Leon Help, and I'm sorry for the absolute pause, because of course I was I actually turned off my microphone. So of course, will they go 5-0 against Leon Help, or will Kor Koncept snap the winning streak and force Xiong+4 to go for a draw? Don't forget that the rules state that this is a group stage match, and if you go for a 2-0 sweep, you have one win, and a win is equivalent to 3 points. It's a 1-1 draw, then both teams get 1 point, but of course if you're the losing team with 0-2, then you certainly will not get any point. So remember, this is a best of 2 series, and now let's look at the bans for both teams. Kor Koncept, the same ban in game number 1, 3 heroes that could deal a lot of impact in team fights: the Meepo, the Storm Spirit, and the Invoker. And the fact that they could even provide that sort of flexibility, since Meepo has a lot of minions, a lot of control, and certainly you could just go, okay, I'm just going to send 1 minion there, and we could send the rest out. Storm Spirit could zap in, zap out. Invoker, well, we all know what the Invoker can do, combine all his abilities, and that could be an absolute work of artistry, if Miracle is playing for Kor Koncept, which isn't the case. Xiong+4's ban, on the other hand. So of course, they banned 2 heroes that could really provide a lot of pressure: Tinker and the Kunkka, just like what they did in game number 1. Shadow Shaman out as well. So for Xiong+4, I think they're going to try to prevent Kor Koncept to go for a counter push with a Shadow Shaman. And Shadow Shaman is also very good in dealing the sort of disabling ability. So maybe Xiong+4 is banning the Shadow Shaman because they want to create space for their initiator. Because like what I said, the sort of disabling that the Shadow Shaman possesses will definitely negate some sort of initiation or counter-initiation for Xiong+4. So of course, 2 picks have been deployed: Disruptor and Tusk. And these are 2 potential initiators, because you have Disruptor with a static kinetic field and a glimpse back, and the Tusk with a snowball and the ice shards to make sure that you don't run away. Oh, don't forget that devastating Walrus Punch. So that's going to be Xiong+4's next pick. So they're consuming a lot in the reserve time. So if you look at it, they're really cautious about what they're going to offer. And Jakiro. Oh my goodness, that was embarrassing. Okay, Jakiro is out of the battlefield together side by side with the Tusk. Actually, if you look at it, Tusk and Jakiro, these are 2 heroes that could really close down the choke points, because of course shards in one area of the map, and then there's the ice wall, the ice path, and then combine it with the micropyre. Of course, you're gonna want to capitalize on the choke points if you're Xiong+4, and if you're Kor Koncept, you want to avoid that, because you certainly would not like to encounter that sort of situation. And Medusa, which is a perfect counter initiation hero, is deployed in the battlefield. Perfect because of the fact that the Stone Gaze will disrupt any momentum for the side of Xiong+4, and it also bodes well with the Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining.
So interesting picks for Kor Koncept. So Xiong+4 so far slowing down the choke points, Kor Koncept going more on a counter initiation. So let's see Xiong+4's next ban. Of course, they banned the counter push from the Shadow Shaman and lane pressures from the Tinker and the Kunkka. Who's going to be next? Okay, so maybe if you look at Xiong+4's composition, they have 2 heroes that could slow down the choke points. Okay, so maybe they could go for, let's see, some additional right click, which could actually slow down anyone from Kor Koncept, or sort of hero that could survive a Medusa Stone Gaze. Speaking of a high HP hero, of course Kor Koncept can negate that with a high magical burst damage hero. So we'll see. Of course, Xiong+4, they have to try to think about this situation. They have 2 heroes that could really choke you down. Now, how do you stop this situation? So Xiong+4 are going to ask themselves that. But they want to create space for their hard carry, and Timbersaw is out of the battlefield. I mean, in game number 1, Xiong+4 had to deal with the massive damage from the Timbersaw in the mid-game. Although so far in that game, the Timbersaw's effects were not really felt that much. Now, Anti-Mage is out of the equation, sort of hero who could slow down your Disruptor. And of course, you could also run away from the Medusa, and that's one very agile hero. And Xiong+4 in game number 1 have deployed a lot of agile heroes to obliterate Kor Koncept. Now, Phantom Lancer out of the battlefield, sort of hero that could cause a nuisance on the Medusa as well as the Disruptor, especially when the Diffusal Blade is out. Medusa loves the mana, and with that Diffusal Blade, poof, it's gonna go down, and Doom is out of the battlefield. So, choke point specialist Tusk and Jakiro. Doom as a sort of initiation option. It also provides a sort of sustainability in team fights with a Scorching Earth as well. And he could even slow down the perfect initiation hero for Kor Koncept. Once a Medusa gets doomed as well as the Disruptor, Kor Koncept will be in a lot of trouble. Because once that Doom is unleashed, there's no way you could run away or use your magical abilities. Of course, Xiong+4, their latest ban is a Centaur Warrior Runner, because it does make sense, because if you look at it, yeah, Xiong+4 could close down the choke points, but if they have the Centaur War Runner, then they could escape with ease, especially with a Stampede, and they could even go and obliterate the Jakiro and the Tusk with ease, especially with a War Runner together with a lot of hard hitters, and you do not like to encounter that if you're Xiong+4, as Tide Hunter is deployed in the battlefield. So 2 off-laners have been already revealed. Tide Hunter on the side of Kor Koncept, and Xiong+4 you have the Doom.
Radiant team.
Okay, Xiong+4's next pick, Juggernaut. Okay, choke point. Okay, Jakiro works well with a Juggernaut. That is certainly assured. Then Tusk could slow down with a Walrus Punch, and with that Omnis Slash combination, that will be like brilliant. Although I kind of prefer the RP from the Magnus to complement the Juggernaut, but Doom also bodes well. The fact that sustainability, I mean, the Healing Ward combined with a Scorched Earth, that's like, whoa, I mean, we could heal the entire team. So Xiong+4 has more sustainability options. In game number 1, they went for a mobility lineup. Now they're gonna go for a sustainability lineup. So what will Kor Koncept do to negate this situation? They could go for an Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition slows everything down. Wouldn't be surprised if they pick the Ancient Apparition. They have to pick it. So let's see. No, instead they're going to go for a Phantom Assassin. Which is a bit of a risky move, knowing that the Doom with that ultimate could really pick apart the Phantom Assassin. Though Phantom Assassin makes up for that. I mean, Phantom Assassin is vulnerable with magical damage. Look at Xiong+4, they could unleash tons and tons of punishing magical damage. But once that BKB is out, then Phantom Assassin, he's going to be the most dangerous piece of threat for Xiong+4 to handle. Remember that sort of critical damage from the Phantom Assassin is going to be more of a nuisance for Xiong+4, and that's going to be a question mark. How do they counteract that? Now, Xiong+4's final ban is the Warlock. Does make sense because, of course, if you have the Doom, you could go offensive together with Jakiro and the Tusk, and then here comes the Golems, and poof, your offensive has been disrupted. Whether you go on the Blitzkrieg, it's not going to work because the Warlock is there. Oh, and don't forget, he could slow you down. because he could send the fields with dead arms to pull you and slow you. So let's see. Fatal Bonds. You certainly would not like to encounter that. Puck is out because the Puck works well with the Doom and the Juggernaut, and then combine it with the Jakiro. So Kor Koncept, very cautious. They don't like Xiong+4 to capitalize on these AoE offenses. I mean, Puck could pull any hero from Kor Koncept and force a team fight.
10 seconds remaining.
Although here's the thing though, you have the Disruptor that could provide a sort of counter initiation against the Puck as well as the Medusa. So, of course, I mean, I'm a bit surprised that Kor Koncept banned the Puck. Although you could argue, well, here's the thing: Xiong+4 has a Doom. I mean, yeah, that could make the difference. That could be the difference maker, especially if you combine it with a Puck. But of course, let's see. It could be a good strategy for Kor Koncept, or it could be not really pretty good. The final pick. Let's see who's it going to be. I'm so interested. Let's see. Medusa is a potential mid lane hero. Phantom Assassin is a hard carry. Tide at the off lane. Now they're going to go for a position 4 or a position 5. I'm thinking of a hero like Earth Spirit because of the fact that sort of bolder clutch plays could pay dividends. And let's see, Slark. Okay, so this is a bit of a... So how do I make of this lineup? You can see Phantom Assassin mid and Slark at the hard carry. Then the Medusa at your position 4, I don't normally see. So with this sort of composition for Kor Koncept, it's gonna raise a lot of questions. Shadow Feed. Ooh, so yes, more AoEs on the side of Xiong+4. Kor Koncept on the other hand, well, don't have a lot of AoE damage, but they can initiate with AoEs from the Disruptor and the Tidehunter as well as the Medusa. So let's see. I mean, I'm still curious what Kor Koncept is going to do here. Maybe Slark's going to be the position 4. Well, we're still unsure about that. Though we don't normally see Slark at 4. We normally see him at the off lane or at the 2. Actually, not the 2. More of the 1 for the Slark. Actually, this could be Phantom Assassin off lane. Because we've seen Swine was playing the off lane position in game number 1. My goodness, I'm still confused. Nemesis is a carry? Well, Nemesis is a carry in game number 1. Here, we're going to see a Tidehunter carry? Probably not. It's going to be an off laner, no doubt about that. Or Tide at 4, it makes sense for Tide to go 4. So Tidehunter, well, he doesn't have that sort of additional mobility to be at position 4 compared to the Night Stalker and the Earth Spirit, but, well, we'll see about that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. Alright, let us introduce the two teams. For Kor Koncept representing the Radiant, we have Moonlater there as a Slark, Hookid as the Medusa, so Hookid will definitely go mid. EZG as a Disruptor, Swine as a Phantom Assassin, Nemesis as a Tidehunter. Now we look at the Dire, represented by Xiong+4, Six as a Shadow Fiend, Jet Lul as a Juggernaut, Blaze as a Tusk, Xiong playing as Doom, looking for the Jakiro, played by Mirai. Mirai was indeed crucial in the early stages of game number 1. Question is, will it repeat here in game number 2? Of course, Mirai is disconnected. Now he's reconnected. Game number 1, the smoke ganks. Both teams have not been successful with the early game bounty smoke ganks. Will it be successful here in game number 2? We'll find out. Now, of course, Xiong relying a lot on AoE magical damage. Or, on the other hand, AoE initiation plays. So it's an AoE brawl. And who do you think is going to win with this sort of AoE assault from the two teams? Okay, so you look at it, both teams have already changed the positions of their players. I mean, Moonlander was the off lane in game number 1. Possibly he's going to still be an off lane, or maybe going to be a hard carry. I don't really know what Kor Koncept is going to do with this sort of lineup. Hookid was a mid lane in game number 1. Chances are he's going to be a mid laner in game number 2. Nemesis was a hard carry. Now he's going to go as an off lane spot here in game number 2. And of course you have, I think it's a switch between the hard carry and the off lane. Now it's Swine going to go at the hard carry. Nemesis. Oh, Moonlander going on the top lane. So wait. Yeah, Moonlander was the off lane in game number 1. Is he going to maintain it? Oh god, I still don't know. Anyway, here, 6 is going to be the mid laner, no doubt about that. I mean, he was the off laner in game number 1 as the Enigma. Blaze here. Oh, Blaze is the position 5 of the team. Jetlul from mid laner. Now he's going to go on the hard carry role. Who's the off lane? So Mirai is the Doom, an off lane Doom. So a switch of strategy and tactics for both teams. Very, well, this is going to be extremely intriguing how it's going to pan out in the final stages of the game. Now we're going to wait for the bounties for both teams. Now this Nemesis stalking. Blaze is there. Jetlul can get the bounty secured, so both teams have secured their respective bounties. It's like in game number 1, although in game number 1 it was nearly a sneaky CIA action, but it's not good. It wasn't really doing wonders because both teams were smoking gank, and we have the Xiong in the top air securing this area, then Kor Koncept securing this area. Okay, mid wars. 6, as predicted, goes to the mid lane with Hookid. And Hookid did not expect to see 6 playing as a Shadow Fiend, because in game number 1 he was the off lane. Top lane, it's a 2-on-2 brawl. Jetlul and Blaze against Nemesis and Moonlander. So of course, if you look at game number 1, Moonlander was struggling from the tri-lane of Xiong+4. Here in game number 2, of course, Kor Koncept realized that we have to protect the off lane. So that's why they sent Nemesis there. Bottom lane, we have EZG together with Swine against Mirai and Xiong. So this is a very vintage 2-1-2 formation for both teams. We have yet to see a roaming support. Maybe in the next 5 minutes we will see one, or perhaps not. This is like, you know, your average, how do you describe it? Definitely not an MMR. Okay, your MMR ranked match that's not a captain's draft. More like an all pick. So it's like an all pick brawl because you have a 2-1-2 formation. Although Nemesis is about to rotate. That leaves space for Moonlander. Okay, Moonlader's the hard carry. Oh no, he's the off lane, sorry. Okay, there's a trap around from the ice shards there. EZG is a perfect target. Snowball is in. EZG gets stunned as well. Can EZG run away? Remember, he's burned to shreds in there. One more hit. First blood. Mirai gets it. Now here's a sort of counter initiation play. And the Phantom Assassin gets a kill on Mirai. And Xiong with that shards doing a lot of impact there. And the Doom at that stun says bye.
Arcane mystery.
Of course, the Doom has forced to die in there. Now Nemesis gonna rotate. Not sure if 6 is aware of the positioning of Nemesis.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I think 6 is very intelligent here, using the tower as a shield to prevent Nemesis from loop-de-looping around at his back. It's looking like this is not a good position for 6. There's a slowdown on 6. Will 6 run away? Let's see. Hookid not going aggressive, but this is a good strategy for Kor Koncept. They're forcing 6 to go on the retreat, moving from one end to the other end, and forcing Hookid to get the farm in the mid lane. So, of course, they want to provide that early pressure, because in game number 1, Kor Koncept was just wrecked apart in the sort of farming stage early on. So, they want to get the revenge here in game number 2. Question is, will they get it?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, sorry about that, of course. I'm feeling under the weather at the moment. And the snowball set. Here's Mirai with a stun. And a snowball assault by Xiong. Now EZG and Nemesis trying to provide that sort of countermeasure. Mirai with a block on Nemesis. You can't reach my teammate, and you can't even catch him. All because I'm there at the clutchest moment. Why is Mirai always clutch? Because he's the best in the clutch moments. And look at this. Stun on Nemesis. Snowball on EZG. But of course, Xiong is forced to retreat. And there's a kinetic field to slow things down. Xiong, will he run away? One more hit. Oh, the ice shard block on Nemesis. Nemesis forced to retreat. My goodness. Clutch plays from Xiong. Particularly, actually, both from the Tusk as well as Mirai. Look at that. Backstabbing moments. There's a kinetic field, sort of countermeasure. Whoa, my, Mirai together with Xiong. But of course, in return, Kor Koncept gets a kill. But boy, those clutch moments have been really work wonders for Xiong+4, although at cost of their life, and that causes some sort of over-aggression there. But it's so far working dividends there. Whirlwind on Moonlater, come on, please. He's trapped. One more hit. No, make that two. Oh, critical hit in the right moment. And Xiong+4. Oh, it's going to be not a good situation for Nemesis. A healing ward by Jet Lul, doing what Miracle does. Hide it through the tree lines. Hide it out of the danger zone. Nemesis, one more hit. Critical strike. Are you kidding me? My goodness. Xiong, out of nowhere, and Blaze is going to teleport out. No way he's going to die. Now these clutch plays, and for Xiong+4. What I like about Xiong+4 since game number 1 is the fact that they could read if the opposition could easily die. I mean, compare them to Kor Koncept. Kor Koncept has a difficult time in reading whether a hero should go on the offensive or not, and Xiong+4 on the other hand is different. They're very confident, and I like it. So, and if you look at it, you know, 6 was really having a rough start, but so far he's managed to keep his head up. 24-10 is the last hit to deny score, compared to his arch nemesis HooKid at 21-8. So far he's doing a pretty stable job at mid lane. Even though Nemesis was there to constantly provide that sort of... Okay, that's the last time that will happen. Okay, so even though Nemesis was doing a really good job with the pressure. HooKid together with 6. Exchanging blows with each other. Moonlater getting assaulted here. The mid lane wars, the top lane wars. The one-on-one trade-off. Moonlater down together with the Juggernaut. So of course off lane down and a hard carry as well. Of course now 6. Let's see, 28-11, 24-9. So it's an evenly matched mid lane assault. And oof! My Nemesis is on a killing spree. He's gonna love that. That was a kill on Jakiro. So a slight momentum boost for Kor Koncept. They do desperately need those kills. And now Mirai and 6 going on the offensive. They want HooKid. HooKid doesn't have mana. Mirai's just stalking on the doorstep. And a 6. Oh, look, he spots in there. There's a glimpse back. Clutch play there by EZG, making sure that Xiong doesn't say, oh, we're gonna go on the offensive. Now Nemesis blinks in the mid lane, but not gonna provide that sort of additional firepower. Now Moonlater, he has to be careful. Game number 1 constantly pressed on. Game number 2 looking like the same situation here. I mean, he's already died twice in the top lane. Of course, Jet Lul at his back. Look at that pressure by Jet Lul on Moonlater. Oh, there, not a good ice path in there, but they get Omnis Slash. Oh, the Dark Pack has a counter initiation assault. But here they catch EZG in the middle of no man's land. There's a whirlwind in. Kinetic field doesn't do anything because the Juggernaut, once he whirls in around, he'll be able to dodge all sorts of damage. Now Moonlater, will he go down? Jet Lul has resurrected himself with a healing ability. But of course, there's a Phantom Assassin slowing down Jet Lul. Now they're going to assault the Jakiro. Jakiro, Blaze is not in a good mood. He's going to go down. Moonlater there. Yes, that's what you want to see if you're Kor Koncept. But HooKid gets killed in the mid lane. And that gives space for 6 to push through. So of course you able to get a kill on the Jakiro, but the Juggernaut is the primary target. So far manages to live on, but in return you lost your signature hero HooKid playing as Medusa. You must protect your mid lane hero at all costs. Okay, a snowball in. Oh, easy G. Caught in there. Combination out of nowhere together with the ice shards. Here's Mirai with a scorching earth, slowing things down. There's a stun on Nemesis. Nemesis there. That with a blink in there by Swine to make sure that his teammate is well protected. Ice shard trying to block away everything. And Xiong lives on. Mirai in the middle of death, protecting his teammate. He is so clutch in this game. It's game number 1. Here's the vote. Here's another bowling ball on the offensive. Mirai with a stun, burning Nemesis alive. Nemesis is dead, shredded apart, chopped to pieces. Dead he goes. And the top lane as well. Moonlater not withstand this pressure in the top lane, and Jetbull easing off the tier 1 tower. See, it goes down.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Ice path there on Moonlater. Moonlater jumping out of the danger zone. Now 6, together with Who Kid. As you can see, it's going to force a sort of mid-lane switch here on the side of Team Kor Koncept. They have to protect this. And I'm not sure if Who Kid is aware of the backstabbing approach. Nemesis must have seen this. Oh, wards have revealed. Oh, there's Moonlater. There it goes for the Darth Pack to provide a sort of counter to Jetbull. There's a Stone Gaze to slow things down. Will it find any target though? Let's see. Xiong is on a mega kill streak. Early in this game, it's already 7-14. And look at this, whirlwinding around Nemesis. Nemesis doesn't have that sort of tankiness though. Omnis Slash connecting out of nowhere. Blaze. Oh, he gets caught by the glimpse back. But of course, losing Nemesis. And Jetbull is having the best game of his life since game number 1. And here, Moonlater's trying to chase him, but so far it's not going to work. Is it? Okay, so Jetbull capitalizing on the boots. The phase boots are slowing down. He's just taunting. Oh, we're not taunting. He's confident because 6 is there to protect him. Okay, this is going to be a tricky chess match here. 6 is there through the tree lines, hiding. Not sure what he's going to offer at the arsenal. As at the moment, and Nemesis has to be cautious. Double damage rune on Mirai. You don't like to encounter that. Okay, so both teams have... Not sure if they're aware that 6 is here. Hiding. Shards knocking through. Kor Koncept, can you do something? Pressure. Chess match. Kor Koncept forced to frantically move back and forth, as if they're dancing the cha-cha. Oh, of course, you can see there Xiong+4. For mid laner going on the retreat or going on the switch. He's going to switch to the bottom lane, knowing that this is a well protected area here. Forced to go in there. Now Mirai having the sort of easiness. Is he going to go for the ultimate? Not yet though. Just actually baiting the Phantom Assassin. And wow, so Xiong just capitalizing on the objectives at 11 minutes of the game. So make that 3 tier 1 towers down by 11 minutes. So it is the early game pressure as well as the timing of Xiong+4's abilities that's working wonders. Now Blaze glimpse back, not gonna do a lot though. Okay, so this is not good. There's the ice path divided with a micro pyre as well. Will it be enough though? Blaze is getting assaulted through the back lines, but who cares? Look at this. The Juggernaut's getting all the momentum through the front area of the map. Now Mirai with a counter initiation. Omnis Slash out of nowhere. Doom activated. The timing of the spells are perfect. Jetbull going on the offensive. Oh, look at this. This is not looking good for the Phantom Assassin. He goes down. And Who Kid, too late to the party. But he's going to activate his ultimate. Jetbull might go down anytime soon. Oh, Jetbull still lives on, but he's going to die anyway. But of course, the Stone Gaze misses. And here's Moonlater. The side of countermeasures are activated. Mirai forced a retreat. Glimpse back on there on Mirai. Mirai goes down. And that's what you want to see if you're a Kor Koncept. Good defensive stance in there. But to make the situation worse, Xiong is there, knocking through the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. 6 with the Kaya already at 11 minutes. Or 13 minutes. He already has a Blink Dagger, so he can initiate anytime he wants with the Requiem of Souls. We'll see about that.
Radiant's bottom
On
tower
the other hand,
is
the
under
tier 2
attack.
tower in the bottom lane is under siege. Things are not looking good for Kor Koncept at the moment. Okay, who kid? Oh, of course, he was just faking the Requiem of Souls there. Okay, my bad for that. MRI gets caught in there. But Blaze caught in the kinetic field combination, forced to activate the micropire. Who kid is just there to find the offensive, but the Blaze is doing a lot of damage there on the poor Phantom Assassin.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Man,
fallen.
how many times do I need to sneeze? So here's the thing though, Xiong doesn't even have to do anything. He's just there in the bottom lane pushing through. Well, the rest of Kor Koncept are just sticking together, playing another game of Fortnite because they're forced to stick together here. Now Mirai is caught in the middle, no man's land. He's gonna die. Goodbye, Mirai. There's a Requiem of Souls, not gonna find any target though. Omnislash activated, combined with the Rays of Souls, but of course the sort of static field to slow things down, as well as the ultimate from the Medusa. Kinetic field gets a kill on Gentle, and that's what you want to see. Blaze is there. 6 already been caught by the glimpse back. The Rays damage doing too much on Nemesis. Will Nemesis live on? No, he doesn't live on. 6 gets a kill. He's on a killing spree and a double kill. And he's doing a lot. Well, Xiong, actually not Xiong. Xiong was just nonchalantly doing whatever he likes to do in the bottom lane. Well, the action is happening in the top lane. Forcing his teammates, forcing Kor Koncept's swine to just, well, work things out in the bottom lane.
Radiant's top
So he
tower
doesn't
is
have the
under
necessary
attack.
items yet. But in the late game, maybe it could be devastating. And look at this. Oh, Xiong is unstoppable. 15 minutes have passed
Radiant's
by,
top
and the
tower has fallen.
tier 2 tower in the top lane is down. And a 12k net worth lead. Xiong+4 is just really dominant in this match. Of course, Kor Koncept, they have to do something here. Remember, they're down 1-0. If they're down 2-0, they don't get any points. They're going to move down the table. Xiong going for Roshan at 16 minutes. This is looking more nightmarish on the side of Kor Koncept. They do have wards here. There's a sentry ward and an observer ward, so they'll be able to notice this. Now Moonlater trying to go on the offensive, but there's a counter ward in there. And the courier is killed, but Roshan in return is dead. So Aegis of the Immortal there, and look at that. 6 is just raising up Nemesis. The shard blocking him off. Juggernaut with a whirlwind around. There's a snowball. It's Xiong. Look at the blink out there. Live Swine. Gonna work wonders. And look at this. They don't seem to care. Raise activated. Moonlater gets caught, but activates the ultimate to keep himself alive. Hooked with the ultimate. That's to slow down the pace on Xiong+4. But it's not going to work enough, especially when you have the sort of firepower from Xiong+4 pushing everyone backward. There's no way for Kor Koncept to go on the offensive with a sort of brawls and assault there brought in by Xiong+4. Arsenal is too much to handle. And look, they destroyed the tier 2 tower in 17 minutes in the mid lane. And they're going to go through the tier 3 tower here. This is looking like it's going to go easy. Nemesis caught by the snowball. Walrus punch in there. Poof! Down he goes. Out of that magic hat. He dies. And the tier 3 tower is under siege. And now Hu Kid trying to do this sort of last stand and defense. But it's not going to be enough. 17-minute racks. Well, it's still impressive. Not as super impressive as Alliance going for 10 minutes. Of course, 6 sacrifices his life, baiting everyone in the mid lane. Let's see. Well resurrected. Will he go for round number 2? Definitely not. But Blaze, who's always the easy target here, gets assaulted in there. But of course, it's not going to be easy though, because 6 is there. Now this is overextension there to down on the side of Xiong+4 and Kor Koncept. This could be the sort of momentum boost that they desperately need. Of course, you know, that sort of overextension is certainly might pay the price for Xiong+4. You have to be very cautious now. Jetlul has the Diffusal Blade, which you need if you want to counter the Medusa. You want to slow down the mana output of Medusa, and the Diffusal Blade is perfect for that. Of course, you've seen a Diffusal Blade with the Phantom Lancer, but this time it's going to be the Juggernaut who's going to offer it as well. Now imagine the Juggernaut with the Mantis style. That would really be devastating. Now Blaze, will he sacrifice his life? He's always sacrificed his life in this game. Actually, in game number 2, even in game number 1. So far, he's doing a pretty good job. Oh, Xiong. Very sneaky out of the moment. Walrus Punch! Monster kill! Oh, one hit Walrus Punch on the poor EZG. EZG is out. Oh dear. Now Moonlater. Out. Trap on the trees. Died. He's dead. 3 down on Kor Koncept, and they could attack the shrine anytime. And things are looking pretty easy on the side of Xiong+4. And look, Jetlul is like, hey guys, look at this. What I have to offer in here. Come on, go after me. And Who Kid is there. Okay. Let's see, Jetlul doesn't have that sort of tankiness, although he does have that sort of healing ward. And some sort of backup. There's a glimpse back. Omni Slash in your face. 3 heroes affected by it. EZG down for the 2nd time in a row. All thanks to Jetlul's damage. Blaze together with Jetlul sacrificing their lives. But they've created space. They've destroyed the tier 2 towers. Whereas, I mean, not the tier 2 towers, but the racks as well. And look at that. Wow. My wonder. 6 was just there playing. Gets a murderous revenge. Now Nemesis. Whoa, snowball in. Die you go.
That gets my seal of approval.
Xiong is like, well, of course, I don't even seem to care what's happening, especially when you have the Desolator. So this offlane, Tusk is doing wonders for the side of Xiong+4. Absolutely brilliant. And he has a Shadow Blade. Not going to be easy to be caught. Add the fact that the Drum of Endurance is making him run as fast as he can from all corners of the map and the universe. Now Mirai going to go for a Radiance, which is definitely a must-need if you're playing as Doom. Walrus Punch for the nth time in a row. This Desolator damage is doing a lot of works. Now will Xiong+4 run away? Can he run away, Xiong? See, you do have a Drum of Endurance. Snowballs in to protect himself. 1 second left for this. For the sword, does mean the Shadow Blade, but no, he doesn't activate it in time. Blaze was there to the rescue, maybe because he thought it could be an easy kill there. That's why he didn't need to activate the Shadow Blade, or it could be slow reflexes, we don't know. But now Blaze gets caught there by Nemesis. And Blaze just lives on. Of course, he certainly would not like to encounter Mirai and 6 out of the backlines. Of course, it doesn't seem that way, but they're worried that would happen. Of course, no racks here. It's all up to the tier 3 towers on the side of Kor Koncept. Can they defend their base? That's a good question. Yes, they can if they have items. I mean, Who Kid has... well, he has a Hurricane Pike. That's good news. Battle Fury on the side of Phantom Assassin. Well, the Phantom Assassin desperately needs the BKB as well as the Desolator. You need the BKB because you want to protect yourself from the Rays as well as Mirai's ultimate. And look at that. Nemesis, please run. Not just you know, the ultimate from the Doom, as well as Xiong's snowballing progress. The Walrus Punch is one brutal thing you have to avoid, so you need your BKB immediately, especially if you're the Phantom Assassin. And so far, Xiong+4 is making quick work of everything here, from the start all the way to the end. Just like in game number 1, although here it looks much more faster than in game number 1. The Jetlul Manta style Diffusal Blade combination, you're gonna go for a Blink Dagger. And look at that. Look at that damage. I mean, how do you stop that? You're gonna ask yourself, that's the most important question if you're Kor Koncept. You do need your Desolator and your BKB if you're the Phantom Assassin. Of course, Lincoln Sphere for Who Kid. If you want to survive very long, let's see. Jetlul knocking at the doorstep. There's a lightning ball in the head. Not gonna work wonders, is it? Definitely not. Xiong there as well. He has a Blink Dagger, Shadow Blade, and the Drum of Endurance, which you need if you want to bring in more Havoc. And he's just there. knocking in the doorstep, taunting everyone in his path. 6 is there behind as a sort of backup option. Now, what will Blaze do? Okay, let's see.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Come on, Blaze, do something. Oh, he's just, attacking the shrine, taunting everyone from Kor Koncept. Come on, guys, your shrine is under siege. You have to protect it, Remember, the current patch says there are no shrines in your base, only near the secret shops. Okay, so what will Kor Koncept do? Glimpse back on Jet Lul. Of course, a whirlwind cancels that. Perfect timing there by Jet Lul. Just baiting everyone in his path. I thought this was a courier. It's a healing ward, actually. Okay, so I was mistaken earlier. So now Jet Lul together with Xiong are going to push through the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane. And Jet Lul, he doesn't seem to care what's happening. Oh, look at that. Blink in by Mirai, and Jet Lul capitalizing on Mirai's initiation play. Oh my goodness. Oh, please. Have mercy on the soul of Kor Koncept. But Xiong+4 doesn't care. Mercy is not in their attribute. They're just killing everyone in their path. 5 down. 6 is dominating. Jet Lul is on a killing spree. On a triple kill. Xiong+4. Kor Koncept. Forced to surrender, concede 2-0 to Xiong+4. Early game pressure for both Game 1 and Game 2 has been extraordinary, and Xiong+4 is currently undefeated, tied with the #1 seed in the group stages. Anyway, this is Kenzie_Wonderdrift, and for those of you who are watching right now, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Wonderdrift or facebook.com/Wonderdrift. Or you can follow me at Kenzie_Wonderdrift. That's my Twitter, spelled as KENZ_Wonderdrift. Oh, Juggernaut, stop screaming. And you can also read my personal website, Kenziewonderdrift.wordpress.com. So that's all for today. Xiong+4 2-0 sweep. Wonderdrift signing off.